Warning, this will contain spoilers. So imagine being a director and being forced to apologize to that woke crowd out there because get this, your show about accusations, they turn out to be false ones. That's exactly what we see from the Netflix show Clickbait, where apparently some people are mad because the character here, he wasn't some type of monster. No, he was falsely accused. And not only that, but your big surprise ending, the person behind this, they were a woman. I mean, people, they have been going crazy over it. Apparently, you can't just enjoy a show. You can't have false accusations out there. Yeah, fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. So hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And if you would, before we start, one thing, check out the link at the top of the description. We have a project coming soon. Sign up for that if you want. It explains it all. I'll talk about it at the end of the video. Yep, that's all I need. Thank you. So the show that we're talking about today comes to us from Netflix. It's one of those 8-episode shows. I'm sure you've checked out quite a few like that by now. And the title of the show, Clickbait. Now, as far as interest is concerned, this show, it is doing remarkably well. So well, in fact, if you look up the top 10 in the U.S. today on Netflix, you'll find it setting at number 1. And you know what? That's deservedly so. See, this show, for all of the flaws it presents, and it does have flaws, does one thing really well. It showcases imagery from Go that really captivates. If you look at this here, for example, you have a guy seated. He has a sign in front of him at 5 million views. You see what's going on there. Now, along with that, there are other images that are presented too. You see this one right here. This is the one that's bringing up all the controversy. Why? Because this tale, it isn't about a social media lynching and someone going out and getting revenge. It's about false accusations. It's about the way that the internet perceives reality. Kind of message that I think is very important, but some people, they don't want that at all. See, this is the type of blowback that you get when you break from that standard form and you actually talk about relevant notions like, false accusations. Quote, Clickbait, Netflix, is a sexist wet dream. It has everything a man would want and proves it was written by men. You have a man accused of a crime not being a criminal, and everyone in the man's life is proven wrong when they do not back him up. Even the police care because, man. See, our story focuses on this man, Nick Brewer. Not only Nick Brewer, but also everyone around his life. You have episodes focused on his sister, his wife, the way these things impact his kids. Basically, he ends up popping up on the internet with a sign in his lap. That sign reads as follows: at 5 million views, I die. Now, beyond that, you have something of a reason given. There are no words in the video showcasing Nick Brewer, but he changes signs. That sign, you can see it clearly in the background here. It alleges a crime, and the issue here is whether or not people should believe it. The police, they ask about it. They want to believe it. People around Nick Brewer, they find themselves wanting to believe it, but more importantly, society at large, they also want to believe it. Basically, it fuels their fervor to get that number to 5 million clicks. As all of this builds in the show, you have a social media and a media circus where many a person tries to justify horrible outcomes to Nick Brewer. Something horrible does happen to Nick Brewer too, and apparently people online, they found that to be justified until you get the twist. Again, false accusation. Read this here with me. When Nick Brewster, so apparently they got the name wrong there, Nick Brewer ends up dead in Clickbait, I felt finally there was justice. Another piece of man trash got taken out. Oh, lovely person here, isn't it? We know what he did. We saw the crime, the criminal. But Netflix did not want to give that to women. No, not women victims. The victim had to be a man. See, apparently false accusation, oh no, it's not a real thing. The thing that's breaking up the world, it's men. And the show, it needed to be about that. Educate yourself. Women are not to blame when a man is accused of a crime. Men are the ones making the world a broken mess. Now, obviously, that wasn't the point of the show. First and foremost, like any show out there, the thing is trying to be enjoyable. And I would dare say, if you're rating it number 1, hey, mission success. It does have problems, mind you. Gonna say that again. People do have honest criticisms about it. There's some silly parts there. But still, rating number 1, yeah, mission accomplished. Another thing that it does, though, is it shines a spotlight. And apparently some people out there, they find that to be a tad bit uncomfortable. They should, too. A guy holds up a sign that says, hey, 5 million clicks and something awful happens. Then he holds up another sign. He obviously has signs on his face that something is wrong here. People are rooting for a specific outcome. They want this guy to go down, and they want everything to be true. What does that say about them? Quote, women between the ages of 18 to 24 are the most commonly abused by an intimate partner. Netflix, the man is the victim. Yeah. Now that chorus of crazy, and let's be honest, that is pretty crazy, right? You have people that are legitimately rooting for the demise of a character, and hey, that's your prerogative if you do that. I have in some instances, but when you're shown that what you're rooting for is false, most people would be like, yeah, you know what? That's an object lesson. Maybe I could apply that to real life with, say, a Johnny Depp or, say, a Vic Mignogna. But no. These people, they don't do that at all. Instead, they join in with legitimate criticisms. They go in and they want to go after the Netflix director that put this together. And the Netflix director says, yeah, you know what? I'm going to stand with what I did. Quote, clickbait on Netflix. Creator defends controversial finale twist. Stand by what we did. By the way, that twist, yeah, that's what's being posted about here. I abuse women. At 5 million views, I die. Spoiler, he dies all right. But no. It wasn't a man that was to blame. Nope, it was somebody that was going in. They were catfishing under his name. It was a female that was doing that. And apparently, when you put in false accusations, you put in the fact that individuals, they can be responsible for individual situations, meaning it's not just a man, it could be a female that does something too. Yeah, mine's boof, they just explode here, and they can't keep this stuff off Twitter. Now, there's more of this, too, a lot more, in fact, but yeah, I think you get the picture. It's depressing, and it's scary, too, to know that there are people out there that root for there to be guilt. They want there to be accusations. They judge right from go. Like I said, we've seen that with JD. We've seen that with people with Vic Mignogna. And when folks are confronted with the idea of false accusation, they try to burn everything down and blame everyone but themselves. Fascinating, isn't it? But anyway, let me know what you think. I legitimately would like to know about that. Leave a comment there, and as always, I appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. That link that I was talking about too, that is the link to the sign-up sheet for our 3rd comic book. It's coming up relatively soon. You sign up, you end up backing it, you get something exclusive. That's the only way to do it. So yeah, check that out. Again, appreciate it because that keeps us sponsor free. We cover whatever we want to cover that way. We're never beholden to anyone but you. And thank you. Again, appreciate you helping out the channel. I'm going to leave here with another thank you and I'll see you soon.